Now, Maryam Magaji is standing by from our Kano studios, who is going to talk to us about the Kano state government revoking the certificates of operation of all private schools in the state, following the case of little HANIFA, who was killed by her teacher. Hello, Maryam. Could you talk to us about the Kano state government revoking the certificates of private schools in the state? Could you bring us up to speed with that?
Yeah, it was already announced yesterday by the Honorable Commissioner of Education, and when we got the news, we feel like somehow, because but most of us that knows that has school 10 years back, they knows that this is not something new to them, because it has happened during the last regime. A committee on task force on private schools was set under the leadership of the then government, and it happens to be that I'm part of the committee. We goes round to the 44 local government of Kano. When they said they have revoked the license, it doesn't mean that they've closed private schools permanently. The student will continue with their classes, activities, but what is behind it there, they just want to screen schools to know those, whatever you are doing in every community, you will find some bad egg among them. There are so many schools in Kano, mushroom schools, and whatsoever. And what they are trying to do is that they want to screen the schools, and at the end of the screening, they will now issue the final certificate, just like they did before. I think this is not something new, but the prayer behind all this revoking of certificates is, please let there be justice. Let government do justice for the screening. Let them appoint people who are confident and people who are trusted people by the government, so that whatever happens, nobody will go behind the committee and create a room for something else, so that they can issue certificate. Even the schools is not even due for certificate. I think the government should also look at the renewing of the certificate, because we know that in every 3 years we used to renew our certificate and we paid. So with this incident that happens, because it's not from our side, so we are pleading on behalf of the proprietors that if government wants to renew all these certificates, for those that their certificate is expired and due for renewal, and also those that their certificate is yet to renew, we are pleading with the government to look at the situation and the conditions of Nigeria, so that they should waive the money for renewing of certificate. I think if they can do that, more especially to the proprietors, they will find a soft landing to that, because all we know is that proprietors of private schools and government and also parents, we are all partners in progress. So we can never ever deny that. Even parents and government.
This is a story that had caused a lot of outrage, from residents in Kano and the entire country at large, really. So it's a real big issue of concern. Prior to this, what kind of engagement have you had? At your own association, the Association of Private School Owners of Nigeria, with the government of Kano State? What kind of engagement have you had to ensure that these kind of things don't happen, in terms of making sure that only private schools who meet the criteria and all of that are operating in the state?
Really, we are trying our best to see that the government should intervene and do justice to all of us. And we have been communicating with government, and more especially they called for a meeting with association, and we told them all our problems. So, and I believe that something good may likely come from the side of government.
From revoking, licenses of private schools, what other way, can the government help checkmate the issue of brutality against children, in schools?
I think the government, they are trying to set a committee, because the list of the committee is yet to announce. We don't know maybe what they will come up with. Is only when they set the committee, they will now bring out the modalities, and we will know that if there is any issues that we need to intimidate the committee. So on behalf of the private schools owners of Nigeria in Kano, we can try our best to see that no any harm in the exercise.
Give us a sense of how many private schools, are registered under your platform, under your association, and whether or not all of them are duly, operating with following the guidelines that has been laid down before now.
In whatever you are doing, there are some that believe in you, and there are some that they never ever believe in you. Not even only the association. Still, there are some private schools that they are not registered, totally registered with government, and they are still operating. And if I may say it, I know, as I've told you before, I was part of the task force on private schools in Kano. I know only Kano we have more than 6,000 private schools registered with government, and those that registered and unregistered with government. Right from our association, we have close to 2,000 members. So you see, for whatever you are doing, there are some that they believe in you, and there are some that they will never believe in you, and there are some that they can cooperate, and there are some that believe is always they operate illegally.
Are you worried about the way schools are being monitored? Do you think that we have an efficient, monitoring system of these private schools, and whether or not you are concerned about that?
We really concerned about the monitoring, because we have a quality assurance department, and I don't know, maybe because of the numbers we have in Kano, they may likely not reach all the schools in Kano. There are some, more especially those that I mentioned, they are operating illegally. Those schools that are operating illegally, I don't know, maybe if the government did not reach them, but I'm sure there is a quality assurance department, and my appeal to them is they should please try and see how they can go around for inspection, and the office should be more functioning like before.
Okay, now prior to Hanifa's case, have you seen such a drastic measure taken by the Kano state government in the past?
And concerning the Hanifa's case, we visit the parents as well. We went to the school. We found out that the school was permanently closed, and we met some security there. I heard that Kano state government, more especially the governor himself, mentioned that he is ready to sign the whatever the judgment may come from the court. So for that, I believe that on behalf of the members we have and parents, we appeal for justice. No matter
well,
what.
thank you so much for joining us, Maryam Magaji from our Kano studios. She is the Vice President, Association of Private School Owners of Nigeria. Thank you for joining us on the program this morning. Now, let's take a quick break. When we come back, our discussion on politics continues this day.